being able to recognize opportunity. This didn't come overnight. It wasn't like some grand idea that I had and woke up and said, hey, chief, we should do this, this, and this. It kind of came out of, I saw a problem somewhere, or not necessarily even a problem, just an opportunity that I could take hold of and, make it better. And that started back in like 2010. So our program's been going on for a long, it hasn't been going on for a long time. The idea started back in about 2010. And it came with our first contract negotiation. And we contract with a local hospital to do our physicals and everything. That was the one thing that really kind of benefited us, is the district started off on the right foot. They went and followed NFPA 1582 and 1583 with the help of this hospital kind of pushing them in that direction. But one of the things that the hospital was doing was they wanted to do the fitness assessment portion. And I went through it when I first got hired, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't see how that necessarily related to us as firefighters. They were doing estimating our 1 rep squat and chest press, but they were doing it on a machine with 10 reps. And I came out of that fitness assessment feeling like a beast, because at the time I was like 160 pounds. I was a runner. I didn't really lift weights, but my estimated max squat was like over 500 pounds. And my chest press was like 425. I was like, yes. But in reality, I'd probably been lucky to put up 225 once at that time. So I went to the district or the chiefs and I said, hey, listen, there's this program through the IFF, the Peer Fitness Trainer Program, and it's more designed for firefighters. And, we could do it. Like, it'd be minimal equipment we'd have to buy, just send myself and a couple other guys, and we could just do it in-house. And they were on board for that. So we got through the program, or we attempted to get through the program, and then bought the equipment and everything. But the problem we had next was they never made time for us to do any of it. So it was a time issue. So fast forward a few years later, we have a new administration, or I shouldn't say administration. We have a new fire chief, and we're in negotiations again. And I said, let's take this fitness assessment stuff out of our contract, because we're not doing it. Like, what's the purpose of it? And he's like, well, no, we're not doing that. Let's start doing it. So then I said, okay, well, here's the next steps that we need to do. And then we finally got the time to do it. And I believe it was 2015. We started doing annual fitness assessments. Everybody comes in, does the assessments, non-punitive. There were some issues with the union, obviously. That always seems to be a hang-up. But the one thing I think that benefited us is I was on the executive board at the time. So I was able to pitch it to the union and say, hey, listen, I'm on the executive board. I'm heading up this thing. I'll keep all of the records, and we'll keep it on the union computer that you guys have purchased for us. So there is absolutely no way that administration will ever see any of, your assessment data. So not only is it written in the CBA that it's non-punitive, it can't be used against you, but we're not even going to give them the opportunity, because it's going to be on this separate union computer. So once that was explained to everybody, then we had major support for it. So that was the really the first step of getting everything going. And at the time, we also had the fire chief allowed us time to come in, and once we got all the peer fitness trained, we were able to come in and do, I think it was like 6 weeks of workouts Monday through Friday with everybody. It was awesome. It was kind of this is what we learned. This is how we do a muscular strength workout, a muscular endurance workout, a cardiovascular workout. And it was all in circuits, but we did 6 weeks of that. And that really got us off on the right foot and really got everybody into, using their time to work out once we were done. It really kind of helped build those good habits and really got everybody into a groove. So after that was said and done, we got the fitness thing down. And then I personally started looking into the mental health aspect of things, because I was always looking for the new thing. What can we keep building on? I'm a big believer in you can never take your foot off the gas. You always got to keep pushing forward. So I went and did the Illinois firefighter peer support program. Did that, started bringing in mental health. We also have a couple different peer supporters here other than myself. So we have we don't have an official peer support program. Later on, myself and another guy went and did the precision nutrition course, so we were able to add nutrition coaching to our program. And then most recently, and again, this is more because of opportunity, last year was a really bad year for injuries for us. We had a lot of shoulder injuries. It was quite expensive. So we ended up going to the Chiefs and we said, hey, listen, we could start this movement initiative. And what we would like to do is take 15 minutes in the morning minimum and do some movement exercises first thing in the morning to get going. The Chiefs were on board for it 100%. So once we got them sold on that, I said, well, if we really want to make sure that we build good habits and this becomes a practice that we do every day, not just, we're going to do it for now because we're told to, and then eventually we'll stop doing it, which happens a lot. I said, why don't we push all of our training back until 9:00? So that way, once guys get in there, they do their rig checks, they do their little bit of movement and their mobility in the morning, and then they go work out right away. And then we can start our day with drills and fire inspections and whatever else we have on the agenda. And that really helped guys get into the movement, and they really decided that they were going to, start doing stuff in the morning. And we've had a lot of good success stories come out of it. There's a lot of guys that most of them all have dropped a significant amount of weight in the past year. I think one guy's down like 50 pounds at this point.
Amazing.
Yeah. And it's just doing, simple movement stuff in the morning, just kind of waking the body up, getting, your range of motion back under control. And then they get on the treadmill and, just walk for an hour or, our ellipticals or whatever they decide to do. I've got another couple guys that, they had some back issues earlier in the year. And then they started doing this and they're like, I can't believe how good I feel just by focusing on some hip mobility in the morning. And then we're trying to really build good movement patterns in the shoulders because we've had numerous shoulder injuries over the past couple of years. So we've had our fair share of success stories, and the guys and girls, they just seem to like it. It's nice first thing in the morning, get the body woken up, get moving in the right direction, and just has really helped everybody so far. So